A pandemic is still ravaging the world, but how quickly are people getting vaccinated for COVID-19? Infections won't stop unless the world is rid of the virus by establishing herd immunity. But the sooner we vaccinate the people, the less the infection. The less the infection, the slower mutating of the virus. The slower mutation, the better we beat this at last. But China has administered 400 million vaccines domestically, inoculating roughly 30% of its population. But the road ahead is still an uphill battle. China hopes to reach herd immunity by vaccinating at least 80% of its population by the end of the year or mid-2022. How do we get there? 80% of China, that is 1.12 billion people. Let's say China wants to reach that goal by the end of 2021. Every month, over 110 million people have to be vaccinated, roughly the population of the UK and South Korea combined. So think about this. Every day, 3.7 million people. Vaccine centers are usually open 8 hours a day. That means every second, 130 people have to be inoculated. In a regular vaccine center like this, 30 nurses work 7 hours a day, every day of the week, to give residents the jab they've been waiting for. America is also catching up with the vaccination, while the U.S. has vaccinated almost half of its population. But it has been unabashedly selfish in the process. The U.S. has produced more than 300 million doses of vaccines and exported about 3 million. Understandably, the Biden administration needs to prioritize domestic supply, as America is still the most infected nation in the world. But turning a blind eye to the world is not the way to lead. More disappointingly, the Biden team wants to claim a more high ground in another way. Washington says it wants to speed up global production. But just to think a little harder, it is not difficult to conclude that not only it will slow down production of the current priority vaccines, it will also lead to hoarding of vaccine-making materials, upset the production scheduling, and prevent future vaccine development. Biden's nice-sounding promise will probably get America some false sense of morality, but nothing helpful for the world. That is why it is strongly opposed by even European allies.
Around the country, shots are sitting unused.
It's absolutely damaging the reputation of the developed world. And it's a failure of American leadership.
It is a moral imperative, it is a scientific imperative that we vaccinate the globe, not only to help other people, but to protect us.
Joe Biden said on Monday that his administration will send at least 20 million doses of U.S. authorized vaccines to other countries in the coming weeks. Well, that is a good sign, although it is still too little and a little late. By comparison, China has shipped 252 million doses overseas, or 42% of its total production. And more encouragingly, the WHO has authorized the first Chinese vaccine for emergency use, and another could be listed in the coming days, opening the door to wide distribution in lower-income nations. But Beijing has pledged to donate 17 million doses to 65 countries. The obvious reason is that China has a strong manufacturing capacity and a full economic recovery. And the country has managed to contain the virus spreading within its borders despite low numbers of local infections occasionally. But the deeper reason is China knows its future is connected with the world. COVID teaches one big thing. We need an open global system no matter what. By helping others, we are helping ourselves in a big way.